So, hi, I'm Anjali Srivastava, starting the next topic, in continuation with the previous one, that is the biodiversity of phylum Chordata. This is the PowerPoint of biodiversity of Chordata. As we have already seen, this is the typical ancestral, you can say typical diagrammatic representation of ancestral Chordata, or it is roughly a diagram of cephalochordata, that is the representative of which is Amphioxus. The typical vertebrates, they have got these certain characters. The nerve cord, notochord, the pharyngeal gill slits, mouth, anus, post-anal tail, and the another important character which is not very much visible here is the presence of an endostyle or uh, so this entire characteristic, the structures, we can say chordate characters are bilateral symmetry, segmented body, fully developed coelom, large anterior brain with a hollow dorsal single nerve cord, a post-anal tail beyond the anus at any developmental stage, its existence of pharyngeal pouches, ventral heart, closed blood circulatory system, ventral and dorsal blood vessels, availability of. Now, this classification, let us move to the biodiversity. Apart from these particular characters, humans are also chordate. You know, the human embryos form a notochord eventually that converts into a vertebral column, particularly when the embryo is growing into a fetus. The chordate characters, important chordate characters, we have already seen. Now, let us see the classification of the phylum Chordata as the phylum Chordata. This is the phylogeny of living chordates. The living chordates may be divided into mainly two. This is the phylogeny. It includes the ancestral deuterostomes. The deuterostomes are the group in which the anus develops at the embryological developmental stage. Anus develops first, and it includes all the chordate as well as the most modern. It can be said most developed non-chordata, that is the Echinodermata group. So this is the first group, Echinodermata. Then comes the Protochordata, that includes Cephalochordata, Urochordata, and of course, as we have already seen, Hemichordata is there, which is now no more has been kept in the group Protochordata due to complete absence of all chordate characters. Previously, the endostyle of the group has been considered as the the chordata of some type, but later it has been proved during embryological development. This cord-like structure has no more any equivalency with the notochord of the chordates. So now the hemichordates are included in the non-chordata group only. However, whenever we talk about protochordata, of course, hemichordata comes there with two important living classes, that is Entropneusta, the example is Balanoglossus, and Pterobranchia, the example is Rhabdopleura. Then comes the true chordata group or Euchordata group, that includes two major subheadings. First is the agnathans, that is bearing no jaws, and gnathostomata bearing jaws. The agnathans include a single, they include three classes, that is ostracodermy, myxinoidea, and petromyzontia. But ostracoderms are completely extinct. The myxinoidea includes the hagfishes or the myxine, and petromyzontia includes the lampreys. They are having circular mouth, no jaws, very flexible, cartilaginous vertebrae, forming with showing high degree of flexibility that is not possible when the true vertebrae exist. Then are the gnathostomata, another group of mm, phylum vertebrata, phylum chordata, you can say, that includes the two major groups again. That is with the fins are the fishes having a paired and single medium fins with the help of which they swim in the water. And another group is of tetrapoda, that includes the major groups having four limbs, that includes four major classes: Amphibia, Reptilia, bird, and mammal. So this is the phylogeny of living chordates, and this is a rough outline of the chordata phylum. Includes three subphylum: Urochordata, Cephalochordata, Vertebrata. Then Urochordata and Cephalochordata together may be called as the protochordates. Vertebrate includes two superdivision, Agnatha and Gnathostomata. Agnatha includes the single living class, that is the Cyclostomata, that includes two subclasses, Myxinoidea and Petromyzontia. And then Gnathostomata includes two superclasses, Pisces and Tetrapoda. Pisces bear fin and Tetrapoda bear limbs. The species or the fishes include two important classes: Chondrichthyes, cartilaginous fishes, or Stichthyes, bony fishes. And then the tetrapods, they bear limbs. Uh, there are four classes in this group: Amphibia, Reptilia, apes, and mammal. This is the evolutionary history, the proposed plan through which the animal must have evolved. This is about the phylum Chordata, then Hemichordata, then this is the classification of Protochordata. This is Urochordata and Cephalochordata. Then comes Urochordata. There are three important classes in Urochordata: Acidaceae, Thaliacea, Larvaceae. The Acidaceae are the Hedmania, Thaliacea are the Doliolum salpa, and the Larvaceae are the Appendicularia. आधा घंटा हमको लगेगा उठने में. So this is the Cephalochordata subphylum Cephalochordata. It includes Agnatha and Gnathostomata. Agnatha are without jaws. Gnathostomata are having the jaws in their mouth. The gnathostomes include two major groups: the Pisces and the Tetrapoda. The Pisces are the fishes or fish-like aquatic forms with paired fins, and it includes the three classes, you can say: the Placodermi, they are all extinct forms, then Chondrichthyes, and then Ostichthyes. This is the outline of superclass fishes, including main superclasses, subclasses, classes, and orders. This is the outline. Then this is the Ostichthyes, includes the bony fishes. Then comes in the another group is of Amphibia, that is the showing two types of life habitats: the in water and on land. They show two types of habitats in their throughout their life cycle. The next, this is the outline of the class Amphibia, including the subclasses and orders. This includes the subclass 2 is Lys Amphibia, that includes the most living amphibians. It includes three important orders: Gymnophiona or Apoda, no limbs; Urochordata, Urodela or Chordata, having tail in their morphology, and the most modern amphibians are Anura or Salientia. This Anura includes these four suborders with the modern amphibians. Then comes the this Amphibia Reptilia. This is the class Amphibia, and this is the outline of the class Reptilia, that includes most of these are the subclasses, out of which you can see from here most of the subclasses. These starred structures are all extinct. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 subclasses, out of which only Anapsida bears Chelonia, that are the turtles and tortoises, that is the living order. Then in Synoptosauria, all extinct; Ichthyopterygia, all extinct. In Lepidosauria, there is two classes, two orders are include the living forms. Rhynchocephalia, the example is Sphenodon, and the Squamata, that includes all modern reptiles, Lacertilia, Ophidia, and Amphibia. Lacertilia includes all type of lizards. Ophidia includes the snakes. Then again, Archosauria, it includes only single living order, that is the Crocodilia, the most modern reptiles. And then Synapsida, again all extinct. So we can see the reptilians are very particular, as they had huge body size, and due to various factors they couldn't survive during the development from the life from the water to the land, and most of them have to get extinct. The next is the next evolved group from the reptilia are the birds and mammals, that have been said to be evolved on two different lines. The apes, they evolved a very particular mode of life, that is they started living on in air, swimming in air. Now these are the important characteristics of apes. They have got the most important characteristic. They have to make their body very light to live or to swim in water, in air, sorry. So this is the last and the most modern group of the animal kingdom is the Mammalia, that includes three subclasses: Prototheria, Metatheria, and Eutheria. Prototheria includes the very primitive mammals, that are the monotremes. The echidna is the example. They are perhaps the only egg-laying mammals. Then are the Metatheria, where the animal gives birth to young one, but it is not still self free living, because it can't take food from itself, and then so mother carries its baby in a pouch that is called a marsupial pouch, and hence the name is marsupials. The example is kangaroos. And last are the eutherians, that include all these orders and all sort of modern mammals. So with this ends the diversity of the Chordata, phylum Chordata. So I'm ending the meeting.